Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. Hello, Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. So, guys, I just want to do a very quick update on something that happened yesterday, which was that um, the story of the drawings came out. Okay, so the drawings of that, the drawing that Trump sent to Epstein, and this came out. Let's see, actually. Let's see. Okay. It came out. Sorry, I'm just trying to locate it. Did I download it? What did I do? Okay. It came out through the Wall Street Journal, and it was shared by the Epstein estate with the Democrats. Okay. So I just want to look into that quickly. It's morning. Uh, and I think I said yesterday, let's see that just one second, guys. I want to find the post I made last night. Okay, here. Okay, let's see. One second. So everybody's talking about it, of course, and the White House is denying it. So let's look. Okay. And let's see here. All right. Okay. So the birthday letter for, to Epstein from Trump is here, and then there's the joke check that Epstein sent to Trump for selling a fully depreciated woman to Trump for 22,500. Y'all, this is not going away at all. So I remember also looking at this before. I feel like I've seen it before. And um and it wasn't like, at the time it wasn't public. I don't know why it took so long, in other words. And you know how this is the irony, not irony, no, it's not the word. This is the thing with Trump, right? If it was anybody else, oh, how do we know how, like, if there was any hint of Biden doing something similar, or Obama or something like that, then right, then it would be like, it would be a scandal. But Trump, it's almost like nobody really wants to look at it. So let's do that. All right. So I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out, a greater circle, I step into it, I step into it, I feel protected, I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only good, and so it is. Okay, so this is the drawing, right? And it does have his signature. I don't think I captured the full signature here, but it does have his signature. Let's see, actually, it does have this icon. That's for the next. Okay, so voiceover, there must be more to life than having everything Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is, Jeffrey. I realize, since I also know what it is, Donald. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Yes, we do. Come to think of it, Donald. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that, Jeffrey? As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you, Donald. A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. We we may have another wonderful secret. Signed, Donald Trump, the exact same signature. And that woman, whatever her name is, I forget. The Carolyn Levitt, what her name is, she was denying it. And I'm sure, knowing what we know, how litigious Trump is, that the Wall Street Journal, out of all people, would never have published it if it hadn't been real. Okay. So, and the second part here is The page from Epstein's birthday book. Epstein, longtime Mar-a-Lago member, joking about selling a fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump for 22,500. It's kind of hard to read. Jeffrey showing early talents with money and women, sells fully, quote unquote, fully depreciated, what is it, blocked to Donald Trump for 22,500. People's skills, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So this is that. All right. Okay. I can't read the rest. It's probably written in pencil. So, okay. So let's go to the first one here. Okay. Now, the question I have here is, what are the consequences? I mean, what will be the consequences of this to Trump? Okay, to his presidency, the length of his presidency. Okay, let's see. What consequences will this have to Trump's presidency? I see a hand doing this gesture over. And then I see, it's interesting, I have this is my microphone here. Stop share. Okay, looks like this. And it shows me a microphone like this, but then with the sound being cut. You can't speak, like, because if he's speaking, the sound is not being shared. So he's going to be cut out? Yes. But it's interesting, the thing about the voice. What is it? Because it does that to people, right? Guys, and then it's, I honestly had completely forgotten about it, because when I posted this yesterday, I have this vision of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've seen him before. He's come before, and I don't know if it's, him really, or just a message or vision, because honestly, it's somebody that evil. I have a hard time believing that they can fully become embodied does it make sense what I'm saying? That it's him communicating, but it could just be a vision. So in other words, does it make sense? So, okay, so what I see here is him with his eyes, with red in his eyes. You know how sometimes people have that are pro crypto have these little light in the eye, something like that, like with the red in his eyes, saying, Rosie, I told you, he has this weird voice, like, he's like, told you, he's not going to get away with this. No, hell no, Donald, you took me down. I'm take you down. so So I had this impression yesterday that Jeffrey Epstein knew that he could be a target. And as I say this, I'm reminded of the interviews he did with Michael Wolff. You can look it up. And he talked about Donald Trump and how he was very close friends with Donald Trump in these interviews. And I see that I'm being told here that he had these interviews because he knew that he was in danger. And and so he spoke, but also he gave instructions to share this. So does it make sense? He has a lot more. They have a lot more. Okay. And they're sharing with the public. So I have a question. So why is it being shared now? Why now? Why? They could have done it before. They could have done it during the Biden administration. Why now? Why now? Because he's claiming something that isn't true. Does it make sense? And it's saying that he is a much bigger threat than he has ever been before. And I see that how do you say it? The heirs, or whatever you call it, the people in the estate, think that they are better off if everything is exposed, because the longer this becomes a secret, the bigger danger it is for them. So they think, since Jeffrey Epstein has been fully maligned, rightfully so, that everybody else involved should also be exposed. It's saying the problem, there are some Russians involved, it's saying here, and there's some former heads of state and such. On talk about Ehud Barak, and even, I mean, just be honest, right? Like, at least as far as the travel thing, definitely Trump, I think, on a business level. And then it's showing me again Ron Wyden, the senator from Oregon. He has all the I don't know, he has all 100% all the receipts, but he has a lot of information about these bank transfers into Russian bank accounts. So he has a lot of, he wants the Ron Wyden wants the financial information to be exposed. And that is when money is everything here. This is what connects who to who. Okay. And it's saying this needs to be exposed because blackmail is what drives American politics. Okay. So it's saying once this is exposed, as shocking as it may be, it's a start on creating laws to prevent blackmail. Because, guys, I know this may be controversial, what I'm going to say, but there's two parts to this crime. It's the women who were trafficked, who did not want to be in that role and were kind of pushed into it, right? Part one. Part two, it's the men that were photographed with these women. Okay, I'm going to say that what I think is controversial here is that not all of the women were underage. Okay, and we don't know the degree. Like, some of them may not have been underage at all. Not, this makes sense. There are some records of women who were above 18 and such. I'm not saying that they're still victims, right? But what I mean to say is this: is that the men were caught with these women on purpose. Okay, we don't know how many of them knew of their age. Okay, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, because the key here that cannot be, like, this cannot be forgotten, is the way that these men that run important banks, companies, or whatever, had their, like, they were blackmailed, and it looks like they did what Jeffrey Epstein wanted. So they compromised their own companies for this. So that also puts and also politicians, right? Like, look at like Lindsey Graham and all kinds of other politicians. God knows what they have on them. Okay, I mean, blackmail in general. Okay, beyond the Epstein thing. So there have to be laws that prevents blackmail, because these men, and I wonder, if would women have the same problem? Probably not. But the way that men are can be manipulated through this is scary. Because here, look at I think part of the reason why Jeffrey Epstein, not just Jeffrey Epstein, but Trump was never caught before, is because he had information on people and he used it, he weaponized it. So does it make sense? So there's two parts of this story that are important. It's not just the women, it's that the men were blackmailed and they compromised so many issues that are relevant. Like, we barely scratched the surface on how deep this system is. And this is awful. Okay, there should be, and I know there's like a lot of like moral concerns and all that, but we just need the truth about who was blackmailed, how much money, right? We don't know about every single person. We have to know. Okay, we have to know the money part. That's just as important because it affects our politics. And I get the difference. Yeah, it does, It does, Huh, it does. So, okay, so Jefferson, so what's going to happen here? And I see that, wow, I see this image of Jefferson showing me like this river flowing in black. It looks like a black oil, like petrol, like crude oil. It's saying that's what keeps the system running, is the blackmail. That's the whole thing. A lot of powerful people this is like, so the game was like this, or you get these girls and you get the guys to kind of experiment the forbidden fruit, and then I get them on camera. And then I'm like, damn, it would be terrible if you lost your job because of this, you could go to prison for rape or whatever. So then the men will give whatever it is that he asks because they're too afraid. So, and I see, and it's saying this that we had to have protection from criminal organizations because otherwise, like, otherwise you could have been sued by these men, or he could have been like something could have been done. Does it make sense? I don't think it's just him alone to have this operation. And I read somewhere, and it could. And so I have a question, just the last question here, and then I should go, guys, because I just want to do this quick thing. Um, is it true that Ghislaine's dad did the same thing that he did and had a compromise on people, and that she just introduced him to that? No, it's saying that it's not saying no, it's not her fault necessarily, this part. She helped some aspects of the operation, but it was him and saying Trump. Because the St. Ghislaine did this to the women, local women, like here, right? Or like these younger women. But what about the other countries? What about the miss of, whatever, how we don't know how many of the women that were in this pageants and the modeling agency that he had, that how many of them were abused or trafficked, right? And that was not has nothing to do with the Ghislaine. And I'm talking about Donald Trump. So this is a story. Now, what? So just to confirm here, so is yes, it's saying I see the building of Trump, even the Trump Tower collapsing. Okay, so then is this? But then I always keep seeing the vision of the military. So what? Which one is it? Is it what takes him down? Is it the military saying no to his Russia things, or is it? It's saying he's broken. It shows me him in the, almost as if you were a building like collapsing, and then Putin pushing him because Putin knows he's collapsing. And I mean in every sense, health wise. I mean in terms of power and everything. Then he pushes him to go do as much as he can, not as he can, as like as push him as far as possible to help Russia militarily. And okay, and this happens because it's saying that Trump is not going to leave willingly. He will never leave power, even if everybody pushes him to do so. And it's saying that even JD Vance thinks that it benefits him if this is exposed. He will say publicly, "Oh, it's all a lie," but he knows that this is a lot of pressure for him for Trump to resign. Trump will not resign. It's saying he will go all the way. And so, why can't Putin try to just expose Trump to put Vance in power? Can he do that? It's saying no, he prefers the collapse in real time. So, wow, very interesting, guys. So, okay, so we'll talk more about this. But it's saying it shows me this earthquake and the building of Trump shaking, and then he is getting ready to go. So that's why it's saying, Rosie, you guys picked up on a lot of this like energy that I talked about yesterday, but the end here is inevitable. So, okay. All right. So, all right. So I'm gonna end the video because it's just a sort of a quick video to look into this particular issue. And I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.